Hello? Hello? Hi! Hi everyone! Hi Himo! Hi Maslow! Hi Sasuke! Nice to see you guys! Hello! Hello, hello! Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hello! I come to you today bearing yet another drawing stream. And this time, I'm actually going to be drawing myself. Yippee! I don't think I've done a stream yet where I'm drawing myself. It's always been fan art of sorts. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hope you guys are doing well. How's everybody's weekend? I think it's been a busy weekend for a lot of people, right? It's Offkai week. Yeah. How many of you guys actually went to Offkai? I know a few of you here did go to Offkai. Oh my gosh, 6 a.m. How are you awake? But thank you for tuning in anyway. Good morning to you. Your feet and knees are in shreds. Oh, I can imagine. I'm guessing the venue must be really big, huh? It was busy. Worked yesterday morning. Oh my gosh, on a weekend? Hope you're taking some time to rest. Hope you guys are having a good morning. Yeah. It's currently, well, as usual, it's currently nighttime for me and I am a bit eepy, I must admit. So hopefully I'm not too low energy. And also, I think I'm feeling the crash of the Red Bull that I had earlier today. Because I had half a can of Red Bull to push me through the day. Because I was really, really tired. I had 2 hours of sleep. I had 2 hours of sleep this morning. I'll see if I can talk to the airline to accommodate me a bit for the circumstances they put me on me. Yeah, they should. And hopefully you've got insurance on that too. Oh, it's afternoon for you. Good afternoon. Red Bull, yeah, 7 a.m. Oh, everybody's up so early. Is it Monday yet? I'm not too sure. Flight back is in 5 hours, so it's okay to be awake. Oh, I see. You have to travel to the airport in a bit, I guess. Whew. But yeah, I had 2 hours of sleep this morning. Yeah, it's kind of my own fault because I was watching a competition actually. I don't know if any of you guys follow the esports scene, but I was watching a Valorant competition. They were having their grand finals today, so I was just watching the finals. Oh yeah, and then I think I crashed in the middle of it though, so I never I never got to finish watching it anyway. And then I had to wake up for work. Ah! Oh, I work at night anyway, so I gotta be up at night. Oh, I see. A friend will drive me there. Public transport, 70 minutes to airport. Oh my gosh, that's such a big difference. How is that possible? Yeah, it is Valorant. Yeah. It was pretty intense, I would say. I don't follow the scene too heavily, but yeah, just because it was the grand final, I wanted to catch that. Yeah. Yeah, so here I am in my post-caffeinated state. Hoping I can get some of my work here done. Yeah. I wanna hear about everyone's Offkai stories though. I wanna hear how everyone's Offkai went because I'm not gonna lie, I had my eyes glued to social media all weekend because I was stalking Twitter and I was stalking like Discord channels to see like what everyone's been up to in Offkai. Seems like there's been a lot of crazy things going on. And oh my gosh, I feel so FOMO, guys. I feel so much FOMO. I want to go so bad. I wanted to go. I wasted entire weeks for Dota 2, the international, just as view from home event. Wow. Yeah, like I feel like I guess most of us here didn't get to go to Offkai, but yeah, I'd be really happy to hear about the experiences of those who went because man, it looks so fun. And it looked really huge too. Like the venue looked huge and it looks like there was like a ton of people who were present. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there were so many VTubers cuz I saw a couple of like meet and greet walk around streams. Like I watched Rocky's meet and greet walking stream and wow, there were so many VTubers on iPads rolling around the venue and being carried around by people. It's so cool. Oh my gosh, technology, guys. You know, seeing anime girls communicate like iPad to iPad or laptop to iPad or iPad to phone is so unreal. It's so unreal. It's so like I can't like that's so cool, you know. I saw pics and stuff. It looked nice. Also, so many VTubers. Yeah, it's so cool. It really feels. It really truly felt like a VTuber, like a true VTuber event because, you know, it's not just it's not just booths selling, you know, VTuber merch, but I think the fact that there were so many walking, you know, air quote walking VTubers around that you could randomly bump into just made it feel all the more like it's truly, you know, it's truly a VTuber event. Yeah. First anecdote that comes to my mind would be the airport at my city. I was at my airline's booth to get the boarding pass and a security cut in front. Boarding pass? Boarding pass? I'm getting it. Okay. Wow. Yes, it must have been. Yeah. I think it's pretty crazy that you had to make a travel account in the first place. I think that's pretty wild. Like just to go over to Offkai. That's what the booth is for. Why ask me for it when I can't have it already? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I really hope that I can make it to the next Offkai. I don't know if I can. You know, financial situation notwithstanding, you know, hopefully. But it just seems so it just seems like such a fun event. I think, you know, if not for the VTubers, I think it'd be fun to meet like other people in the community. You know, people that like my friends, like my online friends. I think it'd be pretty cool to meet up and just like, you know, like geek out over VTubers for a weekend. I think that's a really fun concept. Yeah, you need to save up money. Yeah, absolutely. I saw the costs. I saw the costs for flight tickets and it was like, oh god. It was upwards of 1.2 to 1.5 thousand dollars on average. Not US dollars. Maybe in US dollars it'd be like, I don't know, 800 US dollars. But yeah, it's a pretty steep cost, and that's not counting accommodation, you know, hotel and food, and you know, like the Offkai tickets, and of course the budget for merch. That's something to consider too. Yeah, 1K, right? Oh my god, like when am I gonna be able to afford that? I don't know. Yeah. Oh my gosh, in US dollars even? Wow, that's even more expensive than me, and I live on the other side of the, like I live opposite of the United States in terms of like on the globe. I'm that far away, and it's not even that expensive. My goodness. Whoa. Never been to Comic-Con in person, but Offkai to me felt like an insane mix of an anime con and Comic-Con. Limited merch, battle plan map, meeting friends, all the robots and everything, right? It's so, yeah, it's so complete. Yeah. But yeah, if I remember correctly, Offkai was created specifically for VTubers, right? But you know, of course, like, you know, VTubers are also, like, most of them are into anime, so it makes sense that it's also kind of like an anime con, I guess. I wonder if the crowd is anything like Comic-Con, because I've seen pictures of Comic-Con, and Comic-Con's crazy. It's nuts. Like, you can barely walk around. Also, you need to take into account the comfiness of the planes and connections and all that. And yeah, Japan is easily 1K in US dollars, so oh my gosh. Oh, that must make it really hard to travel. Goodness. Yeah. And yeah, of course, like the comfiness of planes is definitely really important. When your flights can be upwards of, you know, like more than 10 hours, that's really important. I'm someone who can't really sit in planes for too long. Like I get it's a bit TMI, but I get like a sore butt like really easily. So if I sit down for too long, I get really sore and achy, and my legs also start to hurt. So I either have to walk around the plane, which I hate to do because I hate getting up, or I just have to pick a flight that has transit, which is also not desirable because you kind of want to get to your destination ASAP, right? So I tend to not like I prefer not to get flights that have transit, like stops. Like I like direct flights, but you know that means I have to sit down for longer hours, and it's kind of torturous. I'm not gonna lie. Hi Chidori, hi. Nice to see you. 800 euros in flights, $480 in hotels. Oof. That's with a motel 1.5 miles from the venue. Oh my gosh. And you had to walk there? I don't know what the public transport system is like in San Jose, but do you guys have to travel by car? I'm not really experienced with places that rely solely on you know, private transport like cars and stuff. One of the staff gave me free homemade oden Friday evening, then mentioned he also makes Japanese style milk tea. Delivered me a to-go cup to the booth I was helping with all weekend next morning. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so nice of them. Wow. Back from the konbini. Yeah, not much. We're just talking about Offkai. Yeah, I just want to soak in all the, you know, like the Offkai vibes that I couldn't get because I wasn't there. So yeah, I just want to hear all the different stories. Problem with transits is the waiting times, right? Like it's not too bad if your transit is maybe, you know, an hour and a half or so, but some transits last for half a day, or like I know transits that last for a whole entire day. Like what are you gonna do an entire day around the airport? You know, it's unless you're stopping at a, you know, at a country or like a city that has a really good airport, it's kind of a bummer. No direct flights to the US from my city. Oh yeah. Oh my god, and you're 190 centimeters. That's right, you mentioned that. Gosh, you're so tall. It must be torture. Like I'm not, like I'm way shorter and it's already painful for me to fly. So I can't imagine, you know, not being able to stretch my legs for that amount of time. Oh god, it must be really hard. I hope you get the rest that you need as soon as you get back home. Gonna ask my airline. Yeah, do that. You should. You know, I will say the one thing that kind of intimidates me, or I guess makes me hesitant about going to Offkai, And I hope this isn't bad of me to say, but I'm kind of afraid of the smell there. I've seen so many people talking about the smell. Is it that bad? Like I've never really went to a convention that has a like a big hygiene problem, so I don't really know what that's like, but I'm I would say I'm particularly sensitive to smells. Like I really can't stand can't really stand bad odor, so if I had to be trapped in a room full of bad smells all day and it's warm and sweaty, like I don't know if I could I honestly don't know if I could take it. And it's summertime too, right? It's always in summertime. You know, it's not like Comiket where, you know, the weather is a little less warm. Wait, no, Comiket's also in summer. Hmm. If I was gonna travel, I would need to travel for hours to the city, which might have flights. Yeah, it's transit is such a pain. Yeah. I'm lucky that I used to live in an area that pretty much offered direct flights to most places, so I never had to deal with a lot of transits. But ever since I relocated, I've had to do a lot of transit flights, and oh, I'm not a fan. I'd have to say, yeah, I'm not really a big fan. Yeah, winter. Oh, you work in a factory. Yeah, but I don't know. I used to work in places that had bad smells as well, but the one thing that I can't stand, I think it's like human odor. Specifically human related odor. Like I can't stand it. Like I'm sorry guys. This is why I'm so particular about like I don't I can't stand not showering. Like, you know how there's I think like it's kind of like a VTuber meme where like people are like, "Oh, go take a shower, Stinky." Like I couldn't relate to that because I couldn't stand a day without showering because I just can't stand like bad odor, you know? Weekend is brutal if you're not used to the heat slash cold. But I think it'd be better to go in the cold than the heat just because it's gonna be less humid, right? If you have that many people around, I would assume it's more comfortable, or at least it's less uncomfortable to be in a crowded place when it's cold than when it's, you know, like humid and hot, right? People generally have to get wheelchaired out of place. Oh my gosh. Is it because of heat stroke and stuff? Gosh, that's scary. Yeah, some people had bad breath, and yeah, there's always the outlier attendee that doesn't use deodorant. But the only horrible smell I experienced was party floor last morning after the second night. Oh yeah, I heard about the party floors. I saw a tweet where someone said, "Oh, like the smell was so bad that it went through like all the floors and stuff." Like I don't know how hyperbolic that tweet was, but that's crazy. That is, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, unfortunately the body just stinks. I hate it. Ugh. Hate it. I wish humans smelled good. Why do we have to smell bad? Like, why do we have to develop bacteria if we don't wash ourselves? It's so annoying. Body odor can be unbearable. Oh yeah. Even if you shower the day before, the heat and stuff will make you sweaty anyways. Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, I think proper hygiene is really important, you know. Especially if you're going to places where you're meeting other people. I feel like it's a basic courtesy to make sure that you're clean before you see anyone. I showered and wore fresh clothes every day. I am proud of you, Himbo. I'm proud of you. Depends where you can get showers too. Japan is scary at summers. Yeah. Yeah, I heard it's really hot. Like, it's pretty bad in summer in Japan. I don't think I've ever visited in Japan per se. I usually go when it's in the cooler months, so I guess I'm lucky to not have experienced that. They covered the entire carpet floor with saran wrap in preparation. Saran wrap? Why? Are they afraid that people are spilling their drinks, or is it for something else? Like why do they use saran wrap? Oh, but yeah, I don't know. Are there ways to mitigate the smell? If I wore a face mask, do you think it would help in any way? I would think not, right? But I don't know. I really do want to go to Offkai, but yeah, there's like these little things do kind of worry me, I guess. I know it's like it's not the biggest of things to worry about, but yeah, it's I don't know. I do worry about the comfort level if I were to be present, you know. Face mask plus vapor rub or alcohol wipes shoved in there might work. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I do too. So, um, I do. So I do carry around like a vapor rub type of scent stick with me at all times. So when I go out and you know there's like bad smells and stuff, because I live around the city and the city can get pretty stinky sometimes, right? Yeah, I just put that on like my nose and like my face and stuff just to mask the smell. But yeah, it's my sensitivity is that bad. Yeah. Wait, I should get started on this. I tend to babble on and forget that I have a drawing to do. By the way, guys, how did you like the thumbnail? Helping with a table at Yabai Market was fun. Oh, you help with Yabai Market? That's cool. You know, I didn't even realize there was a separate section. I think I only found out about Yabai Market like pretty recently. Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing. Sidetracked. Always, always. I'm always sidetracked by the yaps. That's why even though streaming helps me to be more productive in the sense that it forces me to start drawing, but I usually spend half the time just yapping. 11 out of 10 thumbnail, thank you. I love it, thank you. One person was on the shy side and communicated with text on their phone. I feel like low-key that might be me. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I saw someone who said that there was like a vendor that was kind of like they would hide under the table because they got overwhelmed, you know, just to I don't know, like chill out and like text people. And I feel like that would be me if I ever ran a booth at Offkai or anywhere for that matter. Yeah, I'd be pretty like peopled out, and I'd probably just hide under the booth, under the table. Like if I disappear from the booth, you guys know where to find me. Thumbnail rocks, thank you. Yeah, it was a silly idea. I don't know, like I had the idea in my head like I'm gonna draw myself drawing myself, and then the more I thought about it, I was like, why don't I just do the thing that's like Inception, where it keeps going and going and going. So voila. There you have it. That's how the thumbnail idea was born. Usual streaming / VTuber habit. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. If you heard about the soap story, that'd be me. Oh, I heard. You told me that. Yeah. Oh, he was yeah, he was pretty Gabe, was it his name? Yeah, Gabe was pretty pleasantly surprised by his soap gift. His little soap gift, yeah. That is so crazy of you to do. So was this becoming a proper yap tuber? Ain't no way. I'm so bad at yapping, guys. I can't yap for the life of me. I feel like my yaps are really sporadic. If I have a specific topic to talk about, I can yap, but Otherwise, I'd be kind of at a loss for words because I don't usually yap a lot in real life. Like I'm pretty quiet in person. So yeah, like I'm not I'm not really used to talking much, so it does kind of surprise me how much I say on stream sometimes. And then I end up with a sore throat at the end of stream because my voice and my vocal cords are not used to being used for this long and this much. Jackie said the same thing 2 years ago. Look how that turned out. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, she started off as, I think, like a gamer VTuber, but now, yeah, she's really grown into her own, you know? Yeah, she's gone, she's, what is the term that I'm thinking of? She's come so far, yeah, yeah. I think all of them have, you know, all of the Pixel girls have really, you can really see their journey from when they first debuted. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not sure if the same thing could happen to me. Because I'm naturally like a quiet and shy person, but who knows, you know? Who knows? Warm liquids help relax the vocal cords if you use them a lot. Yeah, I should do that. The problem is, because I live in a pretty cold place, I always tend to make tea. Like I'm perpetually sipping on tea, I think like all hours of the day, but the problem is my tea gets cold in like 15 minutes. You know, I would pour out boiling tea and it would get cold within, you know, within half an hour, and it kind of bums me out. So I'd have to keep going back and making more tea, which is I don't know. I don't really want to keep getting back up and reheating my tea, you know? Plus it gets diluted if I keep replacing it. I should probably use a thermos instead, huh? You went from a fan to making an official historic piece of merch to VTubing yourself. I wouldn't call myself VTubing, you know. I'm just streaming art and stuff with a PingTuber model. I think I would call myself a PingTuber at best, but yeah, I dare not call myself the V word just yet. Teeth. Yeah, thermos. I do have a thermos. I don't know. I like drinking tea out of my whimsical cups because I have a lot of whimsical mugs. I think my favorite one is this giant, and I'm talking giant T-Rex mug. It's in the style, so it's designed like the Jurassic Park logo. It has like a Jurassic Park looking logo, but instead of saying Jurassic Park, it says T-Rex, like T-E-A and Rex. And it's like a T-Rex holding a little cup of tea. It's so cute. And I just love drinking from it because it's huge. I think it has to hold at least like 1 to 1.5 liters of liquid in it. Like it's that big. It's really big. It's really heavy. Is it the old JP one? It's not. But yeah, it's like a parody souvenir cup. Yeah, T-Rex. Yeah, that's right. That's how you spell it. T-Rex. It's a pun. It's a pun. Let me see which brush I want to use. Because I did download a bunch of new brushes the other day. But I don't know. I don't know if... I kind of like the standard default G-Pen brush. Those old JP ones probably had lead paint? Oh my god. I don't... Is that even legal? I love the 24 fluid ounce beer cans here. Oh, how big is 24 fluid ounces? I'm so sorry. I don't really know freedom units very well. Is ounces freedom units? Half a liter with some extra sips. Oh! Oh, that's pretty big. I think a standard... Isn't a standard can of beer like 350 milliliters, I think? Okay, that's really big. That is the size of a large size boba tea cup. Yeah. So the reason why I decided to draw myself for once, well, there's a couple of reasons for it. So recently, I've been seeing, well, a bunch of people have been drawing uh art of me, right? And I feel like everyone draws them so well. Like everyone has their own unique way of drawing Phobos, and I really love it. I love seeing all of it, and it makes me it makes me feel FOMO, so I feel like drawing myself too. Cause everyone makes me look so good. It's like it makes me want to revisit, like drawing myself again. So I feel really inspired from that. And also, I really, really, really need an update for my Twitter profile picture because the current one that I have in my main account, it's a really outdated picture of like a chibi version of my design, but it's not even the finalized design. It was like the first, like the 1.0, or you can call it like the 0.01 version of Phobos, where I didn't even have like my ahoge and stuff. Like my design was really different back then. Phobo FOMO. I like the sound of that. Phomos Shamudra, that's me. I don't really like how I drew this hair. I'm gonna get started on drawing too. Gamma, you got this. You got this. We draw together. Yeah, so depending on how well this piece turns out, I may or may not use it as my next profile picture, so I hope I don't mess it up. 'Are you gonna watch the dive stream tonight at like 2 a.m. GST? I'm not too sure because I might just crash right after this stream just because I'm pretty tired. I'm suffering from post Red Bull crash, so I'll probably tune in, but I might fall asleep while I do that. So, yeah. Two a.m. That's like, yeah, that's very EU time, isn't it? Looking super pretty and very you so far. Oh, thank you. Crash, yay. Yeah, I can't wait to crash. I haven't gotten proper sleep since the previous night, so I'm really looking forward to it. Red Bull plus ibuprofen. Oof. Yeah. Oh, speaking of ibuprofen, I had like the worst headache over the weekend. I'm not someone who normally gets headaches, but yeah, the one I got this weekend was pretty bad for some reason, and I don't know why. I think it might just be because the weather's getting really cold here. I noticed my energy drinks don't have any taurine, also rather low levels of caffeine. Easier to just drink coffee. Oh, so the thing about when I drink coffee, so I drink freeze-dried coffee, and I don't typically measure them. So for me, when I drink coffee, I tend to overdose, and I have really bad caffeine withdrawals or like crash outs from coffee just because I don't know how to I'm not regulating the amount of coffee that I'm making. Yeah, that is completely my fault though, but yeah, I usually make coffee by feel. Like I'll just pour like directly from the jar into my cup and just pour my hot water and pour my milk in. And if it tastes good, it's good enough for me. I mean, I don't buy Red Bull because it's more expensive in a smaller can than Monsters. You and American/Asian energy drinks must be so different. Oh, really? I didn't realize there was a difference. But yeah, I love Red Bull, guys. I quite recently bought a 40 pack of Red Bull and it's the best purchase I've made. It's the best purchase I've made. And I bought it from Costco too, so it was a steal, honestly. It's a pretty good price. I bought a bag of Pillow Deer coffee. Looking forward to making. Ooh, what kind of blend is it? I'm not that well versed with coffee, so I'm just wondering what's the difference between the blends of like the different VTubers? Like, do they have their own special type of beans? Is it mixed with something else? Milk coffee, yeah! I love milk coffee. Honestly, it's the only coffee I enjoy. I do drink cappuccino sometimes, but I much prefer latte. I'm a fresh grind and then French press or AeroPress guy. Yeah, see, I kind of used to want to get into that, but I figured it's a bit too complicated, so I just buy freeze-dried coffee. I do think it tastes better that way though, like with like a proper coffee machine. But yeah, I just never got into it because I'm much more of a tea person than a coffee person. I only recently started drinking more coffee because I recently bought this huge jar of freeze-dried coffee from a brand that I like. And it's like, I think it's 400 grams. So it's a huge jar. So I've been kind of low-key forcing myself to drink more coffee. Because I don't want them to expire. Yeah. I'm afraid of them hitting their expiry date. But the coffee's really good though. I love Arabica coffee beans. Like, I think that's my favorite. Those are my favorite coffee beans that I've tried so far, at least. Yummy. Production and laws and all that. Chocolate cappuccinos are yummy too. Yeah, and mocha too. I don't know. It's delicious, but it's never been my go-to for some reason. But yeah, I agree. It's really good. It's really yummy. I do drink mocha sometimes when I'm feeling up for a treat. I usually drink lattes when I'm trying to grind, like at work, or I'm trying to stay up all night doing work or something. The beans themselves plus their roast is what makes the flavor of coffee. The preparation method affects which flavors are pronounced. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've seen videos of people preparing coffee and it looks so complicated and there's so many different equipment to use that it's a bit overwhelming for me, to be honest. This is a lighter roast and I don't remember the notes. It's in the suitcase already. Oh, that's okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can look it up anyway. Hello, dear. Coffee. Lighter roast equals to less acid, better suited for the way I like coffee. Darker roast equals to more acid, better suited for espresso. Coffee's a bit like photography in that regard, where you have the triangle of shutter speed. I ISO and aperture except roast beans prep method. Wow. Wow, that is so complicated. That is really complicated. Probably also why I couldn't get into photography very well. I mean, I used to want to get into photography too, but yeah, I think I stopped short after learning about apertures and ISO. Like I never went beyond that level of expertise. Mm. Nerd. Okay, that did not come from my mouth. That wasn't me. No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm just sorry that I don't really super understand all of it, but it's super interesting to know about. Like I've always wanted to know more about these things, especially like coffee and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. I think I must have looked up what the difference between a latte and a cappuccino is. Like several times over the past few years, just because I keep forgetting what the difference is. He's just a nerd is all, don't worry about it. Guys, stop fighting. Stop fighting. Latte is layered and in a tall glass. Cappuccino is in a cup. Oh, okay. I feel like I've been served. I have been served. I noticed that too, but I feel like I've been served latte in like a flat cup too. Not a flat cup, but like a, you know, like a low cup before. Maybe they were serving it wrong. It's like the Disneyland, Disney World mental note. You know, I didn't know that was a thing. Is it true? Is it really, are they named after the places that they're located in? Or is that just a freaky coincidence? Like that's pretty cool, I think. I used to be super into theme parks. Well, I kind of still am, but not as much anymore because I've kind of given up the hope of visiting a lot of overseas theme parks anymore. But yeah, I was so surprised to learn about the Disney LA, ND, and Disney World concept. Like that blew my mind. Makes a lot of sense. Works for me. Defobo Land? What? Are you talking about Defunct Land? Man, if I went to theme parks more, maybe I could start a video essay channels about theme parks, but for now I sit in my broke ass home being my broke ass self. I jokingly refer to my vendor assistant badge as Disney Fast Pass for off-Kai all weekend. Oh, does it let you skip the line or something? That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Because I heard the lines were massive at off-Kai. I think someone told me that the lines were wrapping all around the building just to enter the exhibition hall itself. And broke ass too. Yeah, broke ass Broke-ass club, represent. There was no line for me ever. Wow. That's good because I think you'd be a lot worse off if you had to stand around. Because yeah, like standing around is just not good for your feet. Because you mentioned that your legs are shredded. Yeah, it'd be much worse if you had to stand around on them all day. But yeah, you deserve it. You're helping out, right? You deserve the fast pass. I wonder how many people went on to go to like theme parks after Offkai or are planning to, because they're pretty well, they're not too far off from each other, right? Like there's a bunch of theme parks in California as per my memory, like Disneyland, California Disney, or is it, I can't remember the name. There was like another Disney park in California. And I think there's also Six Flags, right? Not only the feet, your back too. Yeah, that happens to me. My lower back starts to kill me if I stand for too long. At least for me, standing loots at work too makes me dead on my back. Oh, yeah. We need more chairs, man. Theme parks should have more chairs. Offkai should have more chairs for people to sit on while they wait in line. Only the table at Yabai had chair. Okay, so only the Yabai customers get the special treatment, huh? I see how it is. I see how it is. I went to Disneyland and Universal as a kid. Me too. It was so long ago. But yeah, I wish someday I could go back because I had really good memories going there. The US was such a different place back then, I think. It's been decades. So long. I wonder how different it is. I saw the Back to the Future ride at Universal back in 97. It was so cool. Wow, that's so cool. I feel like I've been to the same ride, but I didn't go that early, but I feel like I've seen that ride too. Comiket, people bring stools. Oh yeah, people bring stools to people brought stools to Universal Studios too. When I went to Japan recently, when I went to Osaka, I saw a lot of people bringing portable retractable stools. Yeah, at that moment I really wished that I had one too. I really wished I had one. Every booth is set up different. Ah, okay. But like, are the chairs supplied by the venue or the vendors themselves? Do you guys bring the chairs yourselves? Me, never ever. I like that. That's good enough. No, I don't like the shape. Don't like the shape. You know, there were so many goodies that I wanted from Offkai. Fortunately, a bunch of them were available for online order. Like some of the sellers actually sold their stuff online. So I was lucky enough to snag a couple of them, but there were some things that I really wanted that were only available at venue, and I didn't manage to get them. It makes me sad. It makes me sad because I don't often see merch of my Oshis. Because, you know, my Oshis, as well as I'm guessing a lot of your Oshis, are not exactly like big VTubers, so they rarely get merch. So there's a bunch that I really wanted, but yeah. It be what it be, you know? I discovered Defunctland back in the Purge days, thanks to the BTTF ride video. What's BTTF and the Purge? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what these acronyms are. Wait, I don't even know if that's an acronym. But yeah. Should have said a thing. I bought stuff for 2 friends. Oh, it's okay. I did have someone offer me to buy stuff, but one of the things that I wanted to buy, which was one of the Rocky posters, I think it was by Akarin. It got sold out by day 2, so I couldn't even ask people to help me get it if I wanted to. So yeah, too bad. I wasn't fast enough. Yeah, I completely missed their catalog when they came out with it on Twitter. That's part of why I said it's partly like Comic Kid. I wanted a Rocky print, but it was sold out. Yeah, that's the one, I think. A friend couldn't get the Luli tote bag as well as it was sold out. I think you might be able to still get the Luli tote online because the person who was selling the tote, they have an online store. So if they really wanted it, I think they can still get it unless it's also sold out online because I bought from that store the other day and I don't think the tote was sold out yet, but that was a couple of days ago. Yeah. Back to the... Oh, okay. Bought his stuff originally. Kevin Perjurer. Back to the... I'm so dumb. PTTF is Back to the Future. I knew that. I knew that. You could actually hear her too. That's kind of cheat ability. You could actually draw too. Oh. Yeah, you get it shipped. I have the tote and it's super good and well made. Oh, I kind of wanted it, but it was a bit out of my budget because I was buying some of the keychains and I think I bought 2 keychains from the same seller, I think, and it cost me I want to say like a total of 60 USD-ish, which is a bit steep for just 2 keychains. So I figured, yeah, I probably should skip the tote. I don't think I can afford it. But this is the cost of missing Offkai, I guess. Yeah, I knew. I did know, you know, like obviously BTTF, yeah. Back to the Future. I mean we're literally talking about it, right? Why wouldn't I know? Offkai FOMO. I hope someday all of us FOMO peeps will be able to make it. But yeah, until then, yeah, it's kind of a shame because we do have events locally where I am. Yeah, we have quite a few events. Not as many as we used to, but I think I'm never gonna see stuff of my Oshi there. I don't think they're big enough to make it to the cons at my city, unfortunately. Because Pixel has a very US-centric fan base and most of the fans are in the US, so the likelihood is that most of their merch are probably only gonna be sold in the States, unfortunately. I got at least one of every fan-made Luli merch. Amazing! Oh, I really wanted the gacha card, but I was so afraid that I wouldn't be able to get the ones that I wanted, because I wanted Daya, Luli, and Lisa, Chikufuji Lisa, but you know, what are the odds? It's such a big prize pool, such a big gacha pool, and I don't know, guys. I just don't like gambling, especially if it costs, you know, like cost that much only for me to get a card that I don't really want. And it's one thing if I open the cards on venue, right? I'd be able to trade it with other fans who might want the cards that I got. But if I'm getting it shipped here and opening it myself, I'd have no one to trade it with, unfortunately. Just do it to represent them. Yeah, honestly, one day I dream of opening my own booth so that I can sell merch of my Oshis, but I know that the reality is no one's probably going to buy them. So, you know, it's gonna come at a huge loss for me. And I think I've talked to a friend about opening a booth before here in my city, and it's really expensive, guys. It's really, really expensive. I need to find a way to recoup the costs. After this weekend, there's a chance I might be at Vexpo to help someone. Wow, you are so busy. You are busy all the time. But good luck with that, though. Hope it's fun, too. I mean, it's probably not gonna be as big as Offkai, but I know that Vexpo is a pretty big event in Europe, right? You should do it for your own experience as well. That's true. But yeah, the problem is it is a big investment financially, and I'm kind of not at that place yet where I can, I guess, comfortably do that with my finances. But yeah, the dream is to do that one day and open my own booth. Fan offered to trade. Yeah, you get the trade if you're in the venue. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that here. 2 rolls, yeah, I feel like that's where I would do probably 3 rolls max, and if I didn't get the ones that I wanted, I just bite the bullet at that point. I'd probably be willing to ship my unwanted cards out too to someone who wants it more than me, only if, you know, like if shipping costs weren't too high. Faux booth. I like how you guys are just making making words out of my name now. I'll be honest, that's something I do too. I do that a lot too. I just put faux in front of various different words and claim it as my own. But who knows, you might win over random people and introduce them to them. That's true. Yeah, I'd have to make, I feel like to do that, I have to make a really nice print, because I feel like making a chibi keychain probably wouldn't be enough to tide people over, considering, you know, keychains can cost about, you know, upwards of $10 to $15. And I think that's a big investment for people, you know, to invest in, you know, like a character that they don't even recognize. Yeah. Sorry if I'm being a bit pessimistic about it, but it's something I really want to do. But yeah, I'm just thinking of like realistically what the logistics would be, because it is something that I've been considering for a bit. It's growing? Oh. Is it also a VTuber centered event? I mean, it's got V in it, like V Expo. I assume it is a VTuber event. So it would make sense how it's growing in popularity. I won over random people and introduced them to my Kamiyoshi all weekend. You know, now that you mention it, maybe... Because Luli has a really nice design, I have to say. It's really eye-catching. Guys, when I saw all the vendors coming out with their catalogs, and you know, seeing Luli, she's so easy to spot in a lineup. Like, she's so easy to see. Like, Like the moment you see a blue and pink fish, you know it's Luli. Her design is really eye-catching. It's really unique. I feel like if I'd never known Luli and I just came across her randomly on my Twitter feed, just based off her design, I would absolutely instantly follow. I would instantly follow her. I'm in the same boat. Oh, okay, okay. I really want to make like a Dia fan and a few acrylics and other things, but there's probably less than a handful of pixel fans over here. Yes, yeah, you understand my pain. The being non US non I don't know if pixel is popular in EU because I know Kana is pretty popular in EU. I think because of time zones and stuff. But yeah, it's hard being a Pixel fan out here. I actually know a few fans who are who live around my area, like around my city or my country, but yeah, it's so sparse. It's really, really few. There's really few of us. It's the EU VTuber Con. Yeah, it's kind of like EU's Offkai, I guess. Her design and color palette is super eye-catching. Yeah, she's so good with colors. Every time I draw her a fan art of her, I always try to capture the contrast, the contrasting colors that she has. Like in terms of like the rendering, I always make sure it pops because I want to do her design justice, you know. So I try to render her in the most eye-catching way possible. You're very pretty. I think your design is pretty thought out as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think mine is pretty dull in comparison to hers in terms of the color. So I'm much less eye-catching, I'm sure, but I'm happy to hear that you think my design is pretty. Thank you. Yeah, it took a lot of painstaking thinking through and several drafts to finally land on something that I was happy with. And here I am. Uki-san and I talked about how we'd go to K-Books and other places in Akiba and such and check online for pixel keychains after they release, only to be faced with the reality of the situation. Yeah. It's hard. I feel like it's even harder for you because it's you know, Pixel is a English speaking agency and I don't know how popular are English speaking VTubers in Japan besides Hollow Ian, or I guess including Hollow Ian. How popular do they get? Because I know in English speaking countries, I feel like Japanese VTubers outside of Hollow are pretty, the popularity is pretty it's not really there, you know. I think the only Japanese VTubers that are well known to English speakers are only from Hollow. So, yeah. I remember seeing her design and having a hunch where the dress color came from, and she confirmed it. Oh, where did the dress color come from? I don't think I know this one. What is this exclusive lore? There's weirdos who are into Ian despite not being able to speak it. Weirdos. When I first got into VTubers, I only exclusively watch JP VTubers, so I kind of understand that, but at the same time, I also understand why it would be. You would think it's weird. I think I was mostly impressed with the designs of a lot of the Japanese VTubers. You know, both corporate ones and indies. There were so many of them, like back in I think this was 2022 when I first got into them. And I followed a bunch of them. So I started off just watching Japanese VTubers. But it was fine for me because I'm mostly a lurker type of viewer anyway. So yeah, it didn't bother me too much that I didn't understand everything that was being said. I have a friend who loved watching Moves and Fauna despite not speaking a lick of English. Yeah, it's a thing, you know. Sometimes you just enjoy someone's voice and someone's energy, and you know, you can still find someone cute even if you don't understand what they're saying. Sometimes passion listening is enough. Two of the Japanese artists icon became Luli fans. Ah, yes! The Luli revolution continues. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really cool. It's like you pay them to draw her, but they end up drawing her out of their own volition in the end, and I think that's pretty cool. She has a nice voice. Her ASMR helps me fall asleep. She's an angel. I haven't the slightest clue what she's saying 99% of the time. And I feel like sometimes the charm is that you don't understand what they're saying. At least for me, in the past, whenever I wanted to have a background stream playing, I would play any Japanese VTuber streams because the fact that I don't understand what they're saying meant that it wasn't overly stimulating for me. So if I was trying to do work and I was trying to concentrate on something, it wouldn't interfere with my thinking. Like, it wouldn't be as distracting as if I was watching an English speaking VTuber who, you know, I understand every word. You know, if they said something particularly interesting, I would perk up and be like, oh, what did they just say? You know, but if it's a VTuber that doesn't speak my language, you know, I'm not really processing what they're saying. So it's got its perks. As weird as that sounds. So are you Asuka Langley, the summer dress from Asuka Strikes Evangelion. Asuka. You know, I actually haven't watched much of Evangelion. I've watched the first anime and then I finished that and I kind of never continued it. I know it's pretty blasphemous, but I would say I'm pretty lacking in the anime department, to be honest. I don't have a lot of anime under my belt. I watch way more VTubers than I watch anime. Evangelion left a mark on my soul when I was 14 and a depressed teen. Oh my gosh, wait, actually I do have a connection with Evangelion, but not the anime. So you guys know, I think it's from one of the Evangelion movies, but there's this song called Kom Susaretod, and I really like that song. And it kind of started my emo depressed teen phase when I was 14. I think it was also when I was 14. Like, I discovered that song and it made me so depressed. But yeah, it really opened up like a whole world of a whole world of darkness for me. Yeah, that left a mark on me. Yeah, end of Evangelion. I think I remember that. Yeah. And I like that the song was like, I think the title is German, right? I think I like that fact because I was kind of like into like German, the German language when I was when I was a teen. So that fascinated me. The song that was supposed to be used in its place is more depressing. Oh, really? So they changed it out? I can't imagine a song that's more depressing than Komsuser Todd though. That's a pretty big like that's really saying something. And I don't know if I'm mentally ready for that. Or psychologically ready for that matter. Haven't seen Eva at all, period, because I had a Fujo friend in high school who ruined it for me. Oh, I can understand that. I've had so many pieces of media that have been ruined for me because of either people I know or like the fan base, the community. And you know, if I saw something that I kind of didn't resonate with, I would kind of distance myself from that piece of media. Which is kind of a shame because a lot of times, when I actually did take the step to engage with that media, years after I got over my distaste, a lot of them turn out to be like really good media, you know? But yeah, every popular media will have its own communities. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's gonna be things that people post about them that you're not gonna like, and you know, that's usually not the fault of the media itself. So yeah, I encourage you to try things despite the fan base and not judge a piece of media based on its community, I guess. Come Sweet Death. Yeah, that's the translation. The other one is called Everything You've Ever Dreamed. Well, the title sounds much less depressing, but I believe you. I believe you when you say it's a more depressing song. I'll have to check it out afterwards. Because I do like me some sad tunes. What was it she did to break your heart, betray your heart and everything? Kissed you with a kiss that wasn't true. It wasn't you at all. Is how it starts. Oh, it sounds like it's about heartbreak though. I feel like Come Sister Todd is kind of it's more than like I don't know, it's really dark. It's not necessarily about romance either, which I feel like is why it's so much more impactful. I mean, there's a lot of songs about, I guess, like heartbreak and sadness, but I don't know. Something about Calm Sister Todd's lyrics really hit home for me. Oh, did he write those? Did Ano write the songs himself? Now that's a piece of info I didn't know. Drink break. Now is when I actually feel like only now? No, I'm just kidding. You gave kind of outlines for what the content should be. Ah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, he's a genius for that. But yeah, I feel like that song helped me to kind of understand where Shinji's headspace was supposed to be the first time I watched Evangelion. Because I feel like if I had watched Evangelion I don't know, any earlier than recently, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. You know, like I needed the context clues to really understand what Shinji's struggle was about. When it comes to Evangelion, I've got concrete shoes. I'm at the bottom of the ocean deep. It's really dark. Yeah, Comsensor thought it's more like getting to a breaking point rather than a regular heartbreak. Yeah, that's why it kind of hits harder for me, I guess. Because it's more of I think it's more of a representation of depression and hopelessness rather than just heartbreak. Which, don't get me wrong, heartbreak sucks, but you know, I feel like there's something a bit deeper within the meaning of Comsensor thought. Okay, I'm speaking as if I know the full lyrics of the other song. I'm sorry. The production history definitely reflects on it. Let's see if I can get these eyes right. It looks a bit strange in the sketch. Yeah, I want to change some aspects of my design. Just because some of it I feel like doesn't make a lot of sense in terms of the sides. The sides where so for example, this ear, so these piercings, they're supposed to be on the other side of the head. Initially, they're supposed to be on the right. Wait, directions, right side. Yeah, they're supposed to be on the right side of the design, but I feel like it makes more sense for me to put them on the left, so I might make that switch. Yeah. I need to make a clearer reference. Because I realized there's a bunch of stuff that I didn't really make it clear, like this cape thing. I don't think a lot of people realize it's a cape, but it's supposed to be a cape, a translucent cape that's attached to this arm band thingy, and it's also attached to the back of the swimsuit or the bodysuit. Yeah, it's a bit complicated. But yeah, I really need to make a reference sheet that's more detailed. Hi, Hero! Hi! How are you? We're just drawing. We're drawing. How has the art been? It's been okay. We're arting. I don't know if this is a lot of progress. I think I've mostly been yapping. Mostly about Offkai. I just wanted to hear everyone's stories and takes about Offkai. It's been interesting. How are you doing? Clear references always help. The Rocky fan with the hat used North model as reference for. Oh, that's so useful. Yeah, I think people really underestimate the value of a 3D model. Like a 3D model can really help with a lot of things. Like I saw a post earlier today that was someone posted a 3D model that they made, and they kind of showcase the model's face at different angles, and it's meant as a guide for live 2D riggers, because a lot of live 2D riggers, they can't really get the perspective right when when the model is turning their heads. So that 3D model is supposed to help illustrate what the face should look like at different angles. So yeah, 3D models are great for that. The ribbons on her hat not making full sense in the model ref. Really? Yeah, her ribbons are kind of complicated. I know the first time I tried to draw her, I had a really difficult time drawing the big ribbon on her hat. But yeah, sometimes there's kind of a lack of continuity in a design on a 2D reference sheet because they're drawn in 2D, and sometimes artists do make mistakes. So sometimes things don't connect or something. I know recently my friends, when we were trying to draw Luli, so a bunch of us were trying to draw Luli, but we had no idea how her sleeves worked or something. Like, we had no idea how it attached to her dress because it didn't really make sense just looking at it from the reference sheet. So we had to send her a Maro about it, asking her like, how exactly does it work? Because yeah, sometimes character designs are a bit of a mystery. Not gonna lie, I only realized you even had a cape after the most recent fan art of you because it's quite apparent in the piece. Yeah, Chisaki did such a good job on it. It's so pretty. I love their style so much. I feel so honored that people are drawing me. And she has such a cute style, and she's she's part of the reason why I'm doing this right now. Actually, I really wanted to draw myself after I saw their drawing of me. It was so pretty. Yeah, I realized that the cape isn't obvious in the reference sheet, but I had no idea how to make it more obvious on a static image, especially when it's superimposed over my kind of dark hair. Yeah, I just hope that once I make a live 2D model, it'll be a lot more obvious. Maybe the motion will make it more obvious. Next thing we know, VTubers got noses now? What? VTubers don't have noses. Have you ever seen a VTuber with a nose? Not me. You can't even see my nose on my reference sheet. Because it's covered by a band-aid. Well, you can kind of see it here, I guess. But normally, it's kind of covered. I'm part of the VTubers have no noses propaganda. Agenda. Not propaganda. I will have to check the reference again, but one way could be to display the backside but remove the hair up to... Yeah, that's the next thing that I'm gonna be working on. So yeah, the current reference sheet that I have is completely covered by the hair. And yeah, I realized that I probably should have made it transparent. But I did also want to show what the backside of the hair was meant to look like. So yeah, but I'll definitely make another version with more angles. And I realize I haven't made a sideways angle yet. Just because when I first made this, I didn't really have the time. So to be very honest, all I did was copy and paste this front-facing picture and I pasted it into the right side, and I inverted it, and like I drew in the hair. Yeah. So it was a pretty rush job, I would say, but yeah, at the time I just really, really wanted to get my design out there. Noses aren't real, that is true. I don't know what noses are. Do you nose? I don't nose. I actually think the band-aid helps because it clearly defines the nose bridge. Yeah. Good to know that. Yeah, I don't know. I really like covering. I don't know. I have like a complex with drawing noses, so I think like using a band-aid to cover the nose bridge was my way of getting around that. I always worried that I draw noses too big. But if I use a band-aid to cover the nose, it makes the nose look smaller. I think that's partially why I went with like a band-aid on the nose design. Kind of stupid, I know. Allow me to introduce my favorite explanation of VTuber lack of noses as no-nose syndrome, besides mathitis? What is that? Mathitis? Mathitis? VTubers and math. Oh, okay. Well, if I ever become a VTuber, I'm not beating the allegations. I'll just say that. I'm 100% not beating any mathitis allegations. VTuber and reading instructions in the game. Is that also a thing? I didn't know about that. You best start believing in VTubers, Phobos. You are one. I am not a VTuber, though. Wait, what does a VTuber... It's virtual... It's not video tuber, right? It's virtual. Well, I mean, if you go by the definition that they're virtual tubers, maybe if you squint hard enough, you could perhaps maybe possibly potentially say that I might be one. But I feel like that's a very generous usage of the term. Like, I'm gonna wait till I get my own Life 2D, I think. 5 plus 5, 21, obviously. 21. Okay, let's see. Oh, the eye looks better than the sketch, so that's good. That's really good. I like to make my eyelashes super long. I feel like that's one defining trait of my art style, is that I love to draw super duper long lashes. You know, nothing's stopping me from making them super long, so why not? I gotta go, sorry. Thank you for the fun time. I get picked up. Oh, Okay, okay, of course. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a safe trip, and um I hope you can stay comfortable in the flight. Yeah, hope you make it safely back home and rest up when you can. Gamba Phobos, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Take care. Oh, it's gonna be such a long journey. I put all the merch in my carry-on so they can't lose slash destroy. That's good. That's good. Just make sure that the stowage cabin is secure, because I know sometimes people like to open the stowage cabinet and stuff just falls out. So just watch out for that. Yeah. Really proud of all the fans who went. San Jose was kind of a shift of location. Oh, really? Was the original venue not meant to be in San Jose? That's pretty impressive though. How much time did they have to shift though? I wonder why that happened. Big events like this take so much resources to organize, so the fact that they had to shift locations must have been a big wrench in their logistics. But yeah, I think it ran considerably well. Especially considering how many, like the sheer volume of the con. I'll have to check because 2 years back it was in a city in Bay Area. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bay Area is pretty. Well, I'm not too knowledgeable on American geography, but the last I checked, the flight times for uh San Fran and San Jose were pretty significantly different. So I guess they have to be pretty good distance apart. For 2023 and 2024, we're both in Berlin game. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's just not too far from SFO airport. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, SF has its own airport, right? I'm sorry for sounding like such a bumpkin, but I'm genuinely so uneducated about US geography. I want her to look super cheeky. So the tongue's gotta be in there. And I wanna, oh yeah, and I also want to update my design so that it has, I haven't decided whether I want a flesh fang or um a fang, like a single fang in my mouth. But whatever it is, I do want a fang because that's one of my favorite, I guess, design tropes in anime. Yeah, no worries. The world is a big place. It truly is. It truly is. Yeah. The US is huge. The US itself is huge. It's not just the world. Like, the States is so big. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Americans themselves aren't familiar with their own country's geography, because y'all are huge. And you have like a million time zones too. Like I come from countries that have a singular time zone, so I don't know, like the concept of having multiple time zones in the same country is still pretty novel to me. Such a big place. The sheer vastness of the US is something some people have a hard time wrapping their minds around, yeah. I think the thing that really sobered me up to just how large the States is realizing that it takes a longer time for some Americans to fly from one state to another than it is for me to fly to, say, Japan, you know? I don't know. It's crazy. Just how big is this country? As they say, drive 4 hours in one direction in Europe and you're in another country. Drive 4 hours in Texas and you're 4 hours of drive and you're still in Texas? What? What? Good lord. Where I'm from, if you drive 4 hours, you'd have gone through multiple countries, I think. Okay, maybe not multiple countries, but yeah, you'd be in another country. That's really extreme. What is the biggest state in the US? And how many hours does it take to drive from one state to another? Alaska. Ah, okay, okay. Alaska is that in the north? I think. Is that in the north? Quite a few states are like that. It's the crazy part. There's tiny states too, but also Xbox huge states. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about a lot of countries or like cities and states that are huge. They don't necessarily have a large population, right? They're just, a lot of them are concentrated at the outskirts or like in certain parts, especially coasts. I know that coasts tend to have larger congregations of people. Mm-hmm. Past Canada, oh. It's so interesting how widespread the states are. Like, I think I know, I feel like I know several people who either don't know that Hawaii is part of the United States just because it's so far off, or they think that it's really close to the mainland because it's part of the States, but it's kind of neither, right? Just Googled it, and to go from one end of Alaska to the other by car, it would take 22 hours with no breaks. That's insane! That is insane. No way. Yeah, sometimes I really forget the sheer size of this planet. Really. Wow. Yeah, for me to fly to the States, it's about a 22-hour flight. And the thought of going through a 22-hour flight, it's paralyzing. It's terrifying. I don't know how I deal with that. I mean, I've been to the States before, but it was when I was really, really young, when my body was still, you know, when I was still young and spry, and I was able to handle long hours just playing in-flight entertainment games. But now I feel like I'd crumble and die from just a 12-hour flight. Oh. Okay, we've made some decent progress. How's everybody doing? How is everyone holding up? I wonder how much. I think I'm gonna try to at least finish coloring by tonight. I don't know if I can fully finish the entire piece, including rendering, but we should be able to color the entire thing, I think. Oh, there's still quite a bit left to go. How much longer am I gonna stream? I'm not too sure. It depends on my progress, to be honest, but I want to say it's probably gonna be another hour-ish. I'm gonna try to speed things up because, yeah, I I yap too much and really slowing my progress, but not a problem. I think that is the point of streaming. I think I enjoy yapping a little too much. I'm working on some roughs for a new diacrylic, and I figured I might as well just snoop my sleep again and watch her stream while I work. Ooh. Wait, you said it was yeah, 2 a.m. GST, right? She's been streaming at 2 a.m. GST. Yeah, I should probably be finished by then. Cause I don't know how long this the remnants of the caffeine I had this morning is going to last me. No, I had it in the afternoon. I don't know how long the caffeine from this afternoon will last me. The crash consumes me. I think I have a rough idea of what I want to do for the Daya illustration. Wait, I don't know if I should be talking about this. Never mind. But yeah, I've had some outfit inspirations that I want to try out. Yeah, I think after I work on this, I'm gonna work on that just to draw some rough sketches of outfit ideas. Ooh, working on a bunny suit, a swimsuit, and a casual outfit with a Monmon in a baby carrier. Is this a Monpreg reference? Is this a Monpreg reference? You know, when I first saw that emote, I got jump scared because I just jumped on stream one day and I saw people using it and I thought, what is that? And then I read the name of the emote and it was Monpreg. Imagine my bewilderment, if you could call it that. And one on a leash, man, it's getting freakier and freakier the more you list them. How did they conceive the Monpreg? Like, how did that even come about? Because I wasn't there to see its conception. I wanted to sort of draw her taking them out for walkies, but they're too short to be held by the hand. Okay, so it's more wholesome than freaky then. I couldn't tell when you said leash. Is it like a Freakmon thing or just like an innocent like walking your dogs kind of thing? But I feel like I feel like Freakmons would enjoy that. I don't know. I think the Freakmons would like that very much. Are there any Freakmons in the chat that would like to testify for or against that? Presumably both? Okay. Okay. I'm trying to remember the origin of Monpreg. I think it was an April Fool's joke by Daya. I vaguely remember that, but I I don't know when and how it got turned into an actual emote. That is some crazy work. They're not even knee-high and their flippers are like not long enough to be held comfortably at her height. Well, okay, that's a good thing, right? Like that makes it less freaky. I think I don't know. How do I perceive that information? Should I comprehend it? Oh, that was during a member stream. Oh, was it? I must have missed that one. I want to do more art of her and Monmons. Oh, speaking of art, Monmon art, your Monmon plush was so cute. It's so cute. I saw photos, Himo's photos of the Mon plush, and it's so adorable. And I think you really managed to improve it from the first version, so good job on that. Imagine mass producing that. I would get one in a heartbeat. I need a Mon billion of them. They're so cute, right? I want a Mon billion of them too. Yeah, he showed us. He showed us. Well, I've seen your pictures too, but he also posted it because he was carrying it around, right? In an Ita bag. And I saw those photos with it inside the Ita bag. So cute. Takes me like 6 hours or so to make one. Oh, honestly, I thought it took a lot longer because it looks so elaborate. I'm surprised it only took 6 hours. Yeah, you did a really good job on those. Also, they're way bigger than I thought they would be, right? When Daya first showed us the Monmon design, they look so small and scrunkly that I genuinely, when I saw what they looked like in her birthday art, I was kind of surprised. I was like, whoa, that's a lot larger than I thought. But you know, it makes sense because I think part of the reason why they look large, I think, is their wingspan. Because they are manta rays, right? Manta frog rays. So it makes sense that they have a larger silhouette while still being kind of short, you know? Honestly, a momon in a baby carriage is quite wholesome. That's true. That's true. I'm sorry for perceiving it in any strange way. But yeah, that is a pretty cute idea. But what kind of outfit would Daya wear? Maternal clothing. Perhaps. I wish she'd released the character sheet already. Same. I feel like she is probably planning to release it when her 2.0 drops. I don't know if she's mentioned that being her plans, but I feel like it makes sense for her to do that because that's kind of when all the updates are happening. And she also mentioned that she had plans to update the Monmon design, so I guess we'll have to see about that. They are some wide boys. Yep, they sure are. And I love them for that. Honestly, Monmons are such peak design. It's such a peak design. English. I've pestered her about it and some other concept roughs. Like, I understand her side of things and don't want to bug her too much. Yeah, I think she has a lot of things cooked up. So, I feel like I get her. Like, it makes sense that a Monmon reference sheet might be somewhere on the back of her mind for now. Especially when she has to prepare, I guess, a whole 2.0 debut. So I wouldn't be too worried. I'm pretty sure she'll come out with it eventually, but for now, I think we'll have to do with with her silly doodles. And the one thing that I'm always forgetting to draw for Monmons is their, what did they call them? The counter shading, the spots on their backs. Yeah, that's something I tend to forget. I feel like your grasp of the Monmon design is pretty okay already, though. I feel like whatever you've come up with is pretty... like, it's good enough. Is there a specific part of the Monmon that you're still confused about in terms of the anatomy or the design? I still think the diamond pattern is a little tie. I made it one in the plushers. Oh yeah, I saw that. She did mention in a member stream? I think it was a member stream. She mentioned in a member stream that it's supposed to be a diamond and that Monmons are free to pick whatever suit they like. Like, you could be a Monmon with a heart on its chest. You could be a Monmon with like a club on its chest, you know? Like, it's pretty customizable. And then there's a canon design for Womonmons too, which is super cute. It's a Monmon with a... So instead of the hat and the bow tie, Womonmons have like a large bow tied at the back of their backs. A Monmon holding a spade. Holding a spade. Now, what could it be holding a spade for? Are they burying other Monmons with a spade? Why are they holding a spade? Kinda suspicious. Kinda suspicious. You beat me to the punch. I see your game. I got you. I mean, it is very Diacore to ask Monmons to help her bury corpses on her behalf, right? I think that's something our beloved casino owner would request upon us. feel like this hair needs to be wider. It's not flaring enough. Ugh. Maybe I should have named my layers. I feel like I say this every single time I draw. That I should name my layers, and then I never do. Girl never learns. So how did y'all find out about the amazing Dia Fortuna? Well, personally for me, I found her through debut because I was already a big Pixel fan before Kron debuted. So yeah, I knew her from the beginning, I guess. I always name my layers. Yeah, okay, usually I do name my layers, but I was planning on these layers to just be temporary layers, if I'm not gonna lie. Just for convenience sake. But now, I feel like my convenience layers have amassed into a whole bunch of unidentifiable layers that I don't know what to do with them anymore. But I should be done with line art soon, so I should be okay without the naming for a bit. But yeah, this is not, make no mistake, this is not my standard of procedure. Yeah, I'm still bad with layer management. I'll do this on a new layer. I've been watching her since debut too, yeah. I remember being so extremely hyped when they announced Gen 2. And I remember the community was waiting on Gen 2 for the longest time. That they were waiting for the Gen 2 announcement for so long. And when announcements finally came, everyone was so hyped about it. I still remember. I found her through debut too, but didn't start watching her until I stumbled upon a clip of her and Scarlet in the VSMP. Of course it had to be Scarlet. They have the most amazing chemistry together. I'm so unsurprised. I feel like the most memorable moment for Dia and Scarlet in the VSMP was, I think this was like the first time I decided to really pay attention to and really follow the VSMP was when there was the Pillow kidnapping Scarlet and Daya arc. That killed me. That entire saga killed me. Pillow's clinic that is secretly a torture psychotherapy dungeon slash couples therapy dungeon. Yeah, that was crazy. Me and him will go back a long time, and he was really into Pixel Start. He wouldn't shut up about them, so I checked out the first gen, but couldn't really keep up. Yeah. Him boy is a good lad. Yeah, he is. He's a cool dude. The family therapy arc was so funny. Yeah, that whole clinic shtick that Pillow had going on was pretty genius, not gonna lie. I think that was the moment I started paying attention to Pillow. I think that was when I was like, wow, this this girl is pretty entertaining, and I followed her since then. Pillow's really good at role playing. Pillow matches the freak of the room to an insane degree no matter where she is. Yeah, she's really good at doing that. She's really adaptable and super good at improvising, honestly. Which makes sense because I think she has a whole host of experience with her roleplay ASMRs, right? So I can see how she has the expertise. Honestly, my favorite memory was with Muna because she was trying to be low-key and tried to not talk to the other teams. But she kind of forgot voice chat. Wow, that sounds like Muna, right? Oh. Yeah, I miss the VSMP, but I'm so happy that it's being revived soon. I really can't wait. And I feel like the upcoming VSMP is going to be bigger than the previous one. I don't know. I feel like the roster this time around is really huge. How many is there? It looks from the picture like there's going to be over 100 participants. That's sure to make some funny moments. Oh my god, I'm getting tired. Getting kinda tired. I just have to finish these accessories and I'll be good to color. And I'll be good to color. We're so close to finishing. Not really, but kind of. I could very well redraw these earrings, but I kind of don't want to. I wonder why I draw the ear on a separate layer. Probably combine it with the rest of the skin. Ugh, stretch. I'm not gonna lie, I struggle drawing curvy quite a lot, but it's what Daya seems to like, so trying to adjust. I especially hate doing skin dentation just because I can never get it down right. Yeah, I've been trying to practice doing skin dentations as well. There's kind of a method to it. So the way I make a more... Well, I found this to help me, but the way I make skin dentations look more convincing is by drawing, I guess, like an arch. So wait, when you say skin dentation, I'm assuming you mean the kind of like when you're wearing tights and your skin bulges? Is that what you mean by skin dentation? Like the indentation that the tights create? Yeah. So for me, the way I draw skin dentations, I realized that you can't make a... You shouldn't make the peak of the arc in the center like that. That looks kind of unnatural. So the peak of the arch has to be somewhere closer to where the indentation itself is. So for instance, let me see. And I'm by no means an expert, but I found this to help me, at least. So for me, I try to draw the arch a bit closer to the indentation itself. So the peak of the arch would be, somewhere here instead of somewhere lower down the leg, or yeah, somewhere lower down the limb. Then I find that to look more convincing and natural. Yeah. I don't know if that will help. But yeah. Because I used to draw it just like, ooh, like it's bulging like that, and it doesn't look natural when you draw it that way. See, I don't know. That's how I draw skin indentations, at least. Oh. But yeah, I'm still learning too, because I never really had experience drawing skin indentations until I started drawing Daya. So it's something I had to learn recently as well. Humu humu, yeah. Mm. Mm. Um. Oh, drawing double chains is tough. The never-ending skill tree. Yeah. Drawing accessories can be super tedious, but I feel like seeing the end products is really satisfying. Specifically for small accessories. Like the amount of detail you put into, say, the chains, it really pays off in the long haul. I feel like I drew the chains too large though. You know, I'm really, really tempted to use a brush. I used to draw a completely different genre of things and subject matter. Wanted to start doing VTubers because their designs are simpler. Well, that depends on the VTuber you're trying to draw, I think. I think you'd be hard pressed to call certain VTuber designs simple. But yeah, of course it depends on what you used to draw as well. I somehow wind up wanting to add a ton of details in the end, right? Yeah, it's kind of your natural tendency, right? If you're so used to drawing details, this kind of happens to me too. Well, I don't have I don't have experience in drawing overly intricate subject matters, but I feel like so I used to draw exclusively chibi characters. But ever since I started trying to draw VTubers, I've tried to learn full proper anatomy, and now that I'm more used to drawing full human bodies, I tend to over detail my chibis and they become less like cutesy, and I guess like they're not very chibi like anymore just because of how much details I end up putting in it. And part of the reason why I draw chibi sometimes is because it's meant to be quicker and simpler, but nowadays when I draw chibis, I feel like it's almost the same amount of time that it takes to draw a regular full body character, almost. Yeah, it's the curse of wanting to put more and more details. I get that. They unchibify themselves. Exactly. All the details just unchibify the character. This needs to be more curved. Alright, water break. Oh, I have one more chain to draw. I did this to myself. I have tons of chains, I said. It'll be fun, I said. Cool. 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 This attachment is way too far inside the ear. What? Is there a better way to shift this? What is the equivalent of a warp tool in... Because we have a warp tool in Procreate that allows you to manipulate a selection whichever way. So it's kind of like almost like a free liquify tool. Can't seem to figure out what the... Whoa. Can't seem to figure out what the equivalent is in CSP. Mesh warp, yeah, that might be it. Where do you... I only see free transform, distort, skew, and perspective. Then edit mesh transformation. Under transform, I've only got free transform, distort, skew, perspective. Oh, mesh transformation is grayed out for me. Oh my god, why didn't YouTube notify me of your stream? Hi, Rose! Nice to see you here. It's okay, I'm just chillin' drawing. But yeah, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day or afternoon or night. Welcome in. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this mesh warp thing. Yeah, it's not because I have it selected? Oh. Is that why? Oh, I got it. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Yeah, it's not very intuitive, but yeah, it works. Yeah, this is exactly what I needed. Thank you. Thank you. Yippee! Yippee, okay. That looks better. Still a bit large. I think I might just shrink the size. The size of the star. Star's a little bit big. I want it to look more like a stud. Like a regular sized ear stud. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Hate that it blurs everything though. Makes me want to go over them. Okay. And now we move on to even more chains. Phobos Unchained. Except not, because there's plenty of chains. Yippee! First one done. Now I have... kind of want to make this a round chain. I'm really looking forward to how it looks in a live 2D design. Me too. But first, I should probably nail down the little tiny details. Man, I'd probably be so cooked as a live 2D VTuber, because if I'm doing mainly drawing streams, I feel like my nose would just be pointed downwards. I'd just be locked in and staring down at my tablet screen. I feel like I wouldn't make full use of my model, which would be really sad. That'd be so sad. I want to make all sorts of drawing assets. You know, there's an asset, there's a kind of asset out there that where you can have kind of like a tablet, a pen and a tablet asset, and the pen would move along with your actual, I guess, like tablet movements, like your mouse movements. Like it tracks your mouse movements, so it moves as you draw. I think that's really cool. That'd be a super cool thing to have as like an art VTuber. Not saying I would be one, but if I were to be one, I would want that. As a as an asset or a toggle. And one of those stylus tablet pen cursors on the screen with my my hand holding a pen as the cursor. That would be pretty neat. So she admits it. No, I said if, you know, it's hypothetical. We don't know if that would be a thing, but if it were, then, you know, then that's what I would want, you know, as a VTuber. No, you're just missing, I don't know, overlay drawing tablet design. Yeah, I'd probably go with something simpler. And one that doesn't need rigging. I guess like a simple GIF of my hand moving. I just find it to be strange. Like, if it was moving and I wasn't drawing anything, I feel like it would look a bit strange. Hypothetical. Yeah. What do you mean? Like totally hypothetical. I'm just a simple fish girl that's drawing on YouTube that happens to have a character persona that moves when I talk and uh anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, when did I switch brushes? I feel like having a live 2D model is a big responsibility. Have you guys seen uh like people who kind of like coach other VTubers with the way they should move with their model? I think people say Shy Lily is a big inspiration for a lot of VTubers. And she kind of taught people how to use their 2D models, their live 2D models properly, because she makes a lot of movements and she makes a really good use of like the puppetry potential of her live 2D model. And she makes it look really good. I wonder if I could do that, you know, like I feel like it's you gotta really schmoove if you're a VTuber. I mean, you could probably add one in to accompany your PNG model. Just still image of backside of a drawing tablet with toggle for pulling out variant of model with stylus. Yeah, you're right. I feel like I could probably configure it in a way that makes it start, like triggers it to start moving the tablet pen image when I'm clicking on something. So, you know, if I'm pressing down on the screen, it would trigger the image or like a GIF to do like a looping animation of drawing, if that makes sense. I'm really bad at explaining things. I'm so sorry, but I hope you guys get it. But basically, like an asset that triggers on click. Yeah. God, I'm so bad at explaining things. I should just stick to drawing and nothing else. Yikes. Ooh. Could it be? Am I finished? Is it possibly true? Oh my god, no, I have one more necklace. Well, can I show you something? Yeah, of course. Where would you like to show me? Oh my god, guys, I just missed my Duolingo. No! I was legitimately doing Duolingo on my starting screen, and then I thought, you know what? I can probably continue this on stream later on once I'm already streaming. And then I forgot. I just kept yapping and yapping and drawing, and I forgot. Now I missed it, and now I've lost my streak. Dang it. By the way, I don't know how you're gonna show me what you want to show me, but... Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, that looks really good. That looks really good. I like it. Oh my gosh, I love the. Can I spoil it? Can I describe it? Not describe it, but like, can I talk about it? Or do you want me to message you? I really like the outfit. I really like how she's doing the riffle, the waterfall shuffle. I think that looks really cool. And I really like, yeah, I really like the bodysuit thing that you've got going on. It's like a partial bunny suit, but also partial. Uh, it's kind of like a hybrid of her current outfit in terms of like the coattails and stuff. I don't actually know what it's called either. It's okay. We'll just call it the sideways waterfall shuffle. I like it. I like it. And I see the indentation, like the skin indentations that you're talking about. Those are some really deep indentations. That's really deep. Sorry guys, for context, Chidori's just showed me a work in progress of a drawing that he's done. Well, it's not. I think the depth of the skin indentation is fine. Just that, like, yeah, it tends to look a bit too unnatural because the arch is too steep. Maybe you can make her thighs still thick, so you might want to widen the thighs from the top instead. Go talk happening live on stream. I'm so sorry for the lack of context, but yeah, I don't know how much Chidori wants me to give away, but yeah, it's like it's some pretty goated art. I promise you it's goated art, but I shall not be the one to reveal it. I think they're plenty thick already. Yeah, they are. So yeah, I guess, yeah, you could consider making the hills less steep. You know what I'm if you know what I'm saying. Just to make it look more natural. Yeah, I can do you want me to show you on stream? Or would that be spoiling your art? Like I don't wanna leak your art if you don't want to. Okay, okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can open it. Okay, I'm sending it to myself. Hang in there. Hang tight. Alright, so here we've got a really sick looking art by Chidori. And I think the thing that I was talking about, so really nice by the way. I really like the outfit. That's really cool. I have kind of a somewhat similar idea. So I might bounce that off you later after stream, if that's fine. I just don't want us to overlap in terms of like the concept. Right, this is so goated. Okay, let me add a new layer. Yeah, Chidori is the goat, right, guys? Look at it. He's so good at creating outfits. I swear. Okay. I'm gonna zoom into the goods. So for me, I feel like how I would make this look more natural is to kind of like make this less harsh. So maybe something like, and again, moving the crest of the arch closer in towards the indentation with just a slight curve. Maybe it's hard to see in pink. Let me try using black. Something like that. With like a very gradual curve on the rest of the thigh. And I guess this one would be... You can make this a bit of a bump too. But not too much. And then you want this to be also bulging a little bit. Because this is where the elastic ends. I wonder if I can just use the liquify tool. Hold on. Maybe I'll use the liquify tool. Can I? Okay, this is a terrible... I don't know how to use the liquify tool, but yeah, you get the gist. Like, it has to be a little bit less harsh. Yeah. And lower. Kind of like that. But yeah, the thicker... I guess like the thicker the elastics, the steeper the incline of this part. But you want to be careful to not make it too steep because it'll start looking a bit unnatural. Yeah. But yeah, the rest of the outfit is bomb. Like, I don't really have anything else to say except this is crazy good. Like, the concept, A+. I love how the tie is going into her. It's Peem, guys. Guys, tell him it's Peem. This is Peem. This is so Peem. So good. I love it. I can't wait to see the final product. It's Peem. Really good. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think she does want to retain the she does want to retain the casino owner aspect, so I have high hopes that it stays. Plus, it's such an integral part of her concept. Like, you know, her seven eyes. Peem goat calling another goat Peem. Wow, you flatter us. You flatter us, but thank you. So, wait, what was I saying? Oh, you know how she has her 7 eyes? Have you seen Daya's new model, the Pixel one by Dewey? It has the 777 hairpins in it, and it also has the 7 eyes as a toggle. So I'm pretty confident that, because, you know, Daya commissioned this, right? So clearly she wants that in her new model. New model being this Pixel model. So, well, by that reasoning, I suppose she would want to keep it in her 2.0 as well. Like, I feel like that's an indication, like that's a good sign that she will probably keep it. You know? But yeah, that's just my theory crafting. I feel like she would keep it. But of course, I'm not her, and I cannot say for certain, but that is my educated guess. And you know how she wanted, she wants a gremlin jackpot, slot machine gremlin model. I feel like that's a sign that she still resonates with like the Gamba casino theme, right? So I feel like she wouldn't remove that part. I hope. I also hope she retains some of the casino elements in her redesign. Like, my headcanon is her as an eldritch creature that runs a casino that lures and traps people. I feel like you just perfectly described what I feel like she's probably going for as well. You know, that is also my headcanon. I think we share the same headcanon, so, you know, I feel like, I don't know, maybe if we all headcanon hard enough, it will happen. I feel like it suits her so well, though. I'm trying to do the same card trick at that distance IRL, and it's actually pretty tricky. I have a friend who does card tricks, and even with experience, it is pretty tricky, and it's very easy to lose grip of the cards and have them flying everywhere, so completely understandable. Do not worry. I once had a genuine nightmare that she had a tail, like a spade tail, like a devil, and I never noticed. Hold on. Isn't that just a Mon tail? What do you mean a spade tail? That's like a Mon tail, right? So you're saying Daya was Mon? Daya Mon? Diamond? The OG card darling? The Diamond? The Diamonstrosity? I kept posting art of her with a... Of course that's the nightmare. It's that you miss out a detail. That's such an artist core nightmare. Oh my god. Not the card darling. Guys, we gotta make it happen. One of these days, we have to start calling ourselves card darlings with no context and no other explanation. We just call each other card darlings without any other elaboration. And then we watch her reaction. I also wonder if Monmons will get a redesign. Yeah, about that. I know she mentioned that she did wanna change some of the design elements of the Monmons. Like she does have an updated Monmon design in mind, although I'm not too sure how different it will be, or if it's just gonna be a matter of like, oh, the Monmons are gonna have spots on their backs, because that's never been a consistent part of our design. So maybe that's what she means, or maybe she's going to make us more in line with her new model. I'm not too sure. Swimsuit next. Whoa. Whoa. I'm looking forward to it. Whoa. She'll absolutely hate it. I'm down. You know, if I could get enough Monmons to do it, I would actually do it. I would actually do it. I just want her to be so confused, you know? That Monmons conspired behind her back to change our names for a day. That would be pretty funny. I don't know. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, wrong layer. I'm just gonna combine all these layers once I'm finalized. Oh, can't go to summer comic con without at least one swimsuit piece. That is true. That is really true. In fact, you could probably put it on the cover page if you really wanted to lure new Monmons in. The bikini always works, you know? I feel like this needs to be wider. Yeah, I wish that Daya had more Japanese fans. Just because like she literally already speaks the language. I feel like she's prime for, you know, someone who's looking for a Japanese speaker who's looking for an EN VTuber, but they speak, you know, mostly in Japanese. I feel like she'd be the perfect VTuber for someone in that demographic. I already have an idea for the cover. I still need to draft it. The problem is the deadline for acrylics is the end of the month, so I gotta hurry. Oh yeah. So I gotta prioritize that, I guess. Man, that's tough. But yeah. Ganbatte! You're so busy all the time, but I hope you manage to meet your deadlines. And manage to take breaks. Because the last thing you want is artist burnout. I'm mostly surprised at her reading skills. Her spoken JP is definitely better than most, but her reading skills are where she shines the most. Oh, really? Hmm. Yeah. Kind of hard for me to tell as someone who speaks very or knows very limited Japanese. But that's interesting to know. I was gonna print the Daki and have that at the booth. Oh my gosh, you should hang it. Are you gonna hang it? You should hang it. If you weren't already planning to. Which I'm sure you were already planning to. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start coloring this. Because I don't think it's wise to spend any much more time on the line art. I'm getting pretty sweepy. Pretty sweepy. It's like a battle flag. It has to be flown proudly. That's true. But the question is, which side are you gonna display? Is it the regular outfit side or the bunny suit side? Wait, why is this not in a folder? The regular one. Yeah, see, the question is, do you want people to get to know the real Daya, or do you want people to get clickbaited by the bunny suit? You know. But yeah. It makes sense to display the original one, of course. I would probably do the same if I were you. Color. I'm gonna have to fix the line art weight at some point, but for now I'm just gonna add the colors first. And worry about line art another time. Blue. I really like her regular outfit a lot. Anybody can wear a bunny suit. There's only one Dia Fortune. That is true. That is true. You gotta showcase her uniqueness. You know what's one thing I always forget about Dia's design? Is the fact that she has a cane. I always forget that she has a cane. I feel like I rarely ever see art of her with her cane. The poor cane is always abandoned. I feel like it would have been like a really great opportunity in terms of concept to have the cane be the thing that bonks Monmons. You know? Her cane is unironically my favorite part. Yeah, I feel like you're the only person who remembers. I love her cane and all, but I'm not gonna lie. I always forget that she has one. I don't think I've ever drawn her with her cane before. And it's not because I don't want to, it's because I forget. I'm a terrible Monmon. Womonmon. Monmon. Womonmon. I completely forgot she had one until like a month ago. Real, right? Because I don't think she ever... Has she ever used it on stream? I don't think so. I don't think she has. I made sure to include it in the bunny site. Yeah, that's really based off you. Because if you don't remember it, no one will. And we need more Dia Kane representation. For real. For real. I think she's only used it when doing the curse thing with the toggle. The curse thing with the toggle? Do you mean the frog tuna? The frog tuna image? Wait, which toggle? I've genuinely never seen it on stream. Oh, Dia Kane, wherefore art thou? Thou art sorely missed. The edgy one? Wait, she jorks it? Guys, am I missing something here? Dia jorks it? She jorks it? What? Are we talking about the same person here? When did she do that? Oh my gosh. What? What? Okay, wait. Can someone send me a clip of that? Because I don't think I know about this. Oh my god. The last time I remember was from the damn Ice Latte stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think I was kind of lurking in that one, so I probably missed that. Oki-sen clipped it? Okay. I look forward to seeing it. Or not. I don't know if I look forward to seeing it, guys. I don't know if I want to see it. I don't know if I'll like seeing it, you know? Is this really the Dia lore that I seek? Will this forbidden Dia lore change my life? You know, I like to think that I have a little banana on my head. I feel like that one piece of hair looks like a banana. And it's always and it's literally yellow, so it's literally like a banana, but it's meant to be a crescent, like a waning crescent. Scent? Okay, I'm gonna take a look and um brace myself, I guess. I don't know what to expect. Oh my god. What? What did I just watch? Guys? Guys, how have I not seen this? What is that? What is she doing? Why is she doing that? Oh my god. Yeah, why? Oh. Oh. Is that how... No. Is that how Monpreg... Never mind. Never mind what I said. No. I don't know what that was. Was that from the Ice Latte stream? I understand completely now. Daya. Daya, you are responsible for Monpreg now. God. Okay. I'm gonna stop saying that. And by it, I mean her cane. Literally, I hope. Right? Like a literal cane, right? Nothing else, right? Right? Why is my Oshi like this? You guys ever wonder why your Oshi is like this? Do you guys ever wonder? Well, I mean, she found out she could do that on the same member stream that she made. Okay, see, I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm not building conspiracy theories out of thin air. See, all the time. Oh, you know, every time I talk about Daya with my IRL friends, they're just like, are you okay? Is she okay? This is the content you watch, and I have to hang my head in shame and say, unfortunately, yes. And I have no explanation for it. It's just yes. I have a screen cap of her going feral over feet sniffing and was super tempted to add her with it the other day. She was like, no, you should do it. You should do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. That is so funny, honestly. You know, Daya claims to be say so, but we all know the truth, right, guys? We all know the dirty little truth. This you. This you. That's so perfect. Why my Oshi like this dog? Real. She's so weird, affectionate. Real. Exactly, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like, how do I explain to my friends that yes, this is indeed the content I consume and enjoy without sounding like a complete psychopath? I think the first stream that I introduced Daya to one of my friends with was her Holo TCG card eating stream, and they looked at me like I needed some help. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Well, that was on me, I guess, for showing that stream, but I feel like once you expose people to the weirdest parts of a person, then you're kind of like, you kind of desensitize them to other crazier things, right? Oh my god. If they tolerate your weirdest, they'll tolerate the rest. Yeah, what was that saying? If you don't tolerate me at my worst, then you don't deserve. If you can't tolerate Daya at her worst, you don't deserve her at her best. Yeah. I think that's how it goes. What do they call it? It's exposure therapy. So once you expose someone to the weirdest content, the weirdest streams, everything else will seem like a walk in the park, you know? That's just how it goes. I don't make the rules. I was just using my best judgment to indoctrinate someone into Daya's cult I mean casino. You know. This is a terrible image to drop colors from. Indentured servitude. Exactly, Chidori. Exactly. Hmm. Is it bad that I forget my own design? Because it's been so long since I've drawn myself. I had to double check the colors on some of these accessories, not gonna lie. I should make a checklist. Yeah, I thought about that, but then I thought it's a bit tough to create a checklist when literally there's a gazillion things that I need to remember. Like the entire character design are like things that I need to remember, you know? Like I don't really know which one, like which elements of the design to list, if that makes sense. Like I'd be writing one for like every single part of my design, which seems a bit overwhelming, but I guess I can see how that ensures that you never miss any elements of your design. Is that what people do in the industry? I feel like that's what professional character illustrators do. Like they create a checklist so that to make sure that there's consistency in the design. Yeah, maybe I should get to doing that. I have so many layers just for hair. What is going on? You make a checklist, lets you get the Montail nightmares. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, if I don't make a checklist, I might have a nightmare that I forget to draw my own tail or something. You guys remember I have a tail? I feel like if I get a live 2D model, again, if, I don't know, if, keyword if I do get a live 2D model, I feel like I want a toggle that allows my tail to be visible. When? No, if. Yeah, if I get a VTuber model, I want a toggle that allows my tail to be visible, like, like a swish. Something that will like sway side to side, because I feel kind of sad that if if you're streaming most of the time, you can only see half of the top of your body, and no one will ever know I have a huge chunky tail. Guys, why is everyone typing win? Guys, it's if. It's if. But yeah. Imagine if Lazuli had a toggle for her tail that let you... Wait, can you see her tail? I actually don't remember. Or is her tail hidden on the bottom half of her model? I don't even remember. It's just a matter of time. Maves will accept it early on. Honestly, guys, I do kind of want... Okay, I do want a live 2D model. I just don't really want to bank my hopes on it, because I talk about wanting to create my own model, but to be honest, I don't really understand how difficult it's actually going to be to create. And so I don't really want to disappoint myself if I don't manage to create one. And I obviously don't have the finances to, the fun one, to, I guess, like to commission someone to create one. So it's a bit of a tricky situation. It's either I manage to learn it myself, or I don't get a model at all, which will be kind of sad, I guess. So yeah, I kind of don't want to put my hopes up for now, I guess. 'Cause I feel like I literally just started streaming, So I feel like I might be jumping the gun by deciding to get a model. It's worth a shot at least. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I'm just afraid of trying because I don't want to fail. Which is an incredibly dumb mindset, because if you never try, you never know. Something I am still learning to contend with. I have a friend who picked up Life 2D just to play around with for his illustrations, and now he's a rigger at cover. Whoa. That's crazy. And it's also getting my hopes up. No, I'm kidding. I could never. I don't even speak Japanese. Thank you for your money bag. No. Yeah, I could. I don't know. Like, finances are a bit tough right now because I recently had a bit of a like a change in my like my job structure. So yeah, I'm kind of living off like a tighter budget lately. So yeah, that dream seems even farther away. Legendary just dropping insane lore, right? That casually, just dropping it casually like that. Crazy. He's gonna be in the book. Oh my god. Okay, okay, cool. So he's an artist too. Dang, Chidori's got the network, guys. Yeah, I'm honestly so psyched to see. Like, I haven't even started working on it, but like honestly, I'm so excited to see how the book will turn out. Yeah, and how everyone's art will be. Yeah, I really want to try to create um at least one original art for it, so at least one or two. But yeah, hopefully I have the time. I know I have until the end of July, but by golly, it's already the end of June. I'm just realizing that now. Oh my god, panic. He does 3D stuff now for fun. And yeah, the next thing you know, he's gonna be a 3D artist and rigger for cover. He's gonna be promoted to a 3D rigger. Passage of time. Scan. I definitely want to go for a cell shaded rendering this time around. For the Rocky piece, I did a really soft like airbrushy and very soft type of rendering. And I might reserve that just for that piece because I feel like the rendering is too soft for my preference. But for that piece, I feel like it really fits the vibes, and it also fits Rocky very well because she's very soft and girly, very shoujo. So I think the soft rendering actually worked in my favor for that piece. But yeah, I don't think that's the style that I want to go with for myself. What do you mean we're halfway through the year? We are? We just finished the 6th month, which means we're past the halfway point. Oh my god. Oh my god, panic. Oh my god, why did I gain consciousness of this information? I wish I was ignorant. Please, let me remain ignorant. Does Rocky still play her waltz? Yeah, she does. She does. She has her updated waltz, which she debuted during her IP Donathon, but she does still play her classic waltz. Haven't seen her streams in over a year. Whoa, that's a long time. Yeah, she made she commissioned like a remix. Well, I wouldn't say a remix. It's kind of like a rearrangement of the original Rocky Waltz. You can probably hear it. Like, I'm pretty sure she played it at the starting screen of her IP Donathon. I think that's when she first played it, so you could probably listen to it there if you're curious. Man, already half a year, right? Man, doesn't feel like that. I feel like I feel like it was just a couple of weeks ago when it was January. The announcement from December doesn't even feel that long ago, and everyone's debut, Lazuli's debut, feels so recent. Unreal. I was talking to Uki-sen about Wisu and how the last time I watched her was when she started playing Ace Attorney, and he was like, that was quite some time ago. No, it was just yesterday. Yeah, yeah. You know, I I'm I tend to be a serial VOD watcher just because I tend to miss a lot of streams because of time zones and stuff. And sometimes I just don't have the time to even watch VODs, so I'll watch VODs from like 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Like that's pretty standard for me to watch 3, 4 month old VODs. And sometimes when I watch VODs, I'll be thinking, wait, what? This VOD is that old? I feel like I just missed this stream a couple of weeks ago. How's it already been 4 months, you know? I feel like that happens to me a lot. I really underestimate how old some VODs in my list are. In my to watch list are. I don't know why time's moving so fast, guys. Slow it down. Slow it down. Can someone slow it down? They say time tends to feel like it passes faster as you get older. I feel like I must be like a complete elder if that's the case. Like weeks pass like days. And months pass like weeks. Hag boss real. I'm not that hag, but maybe. I don't know. I feel like everyone's definition of a hag is... It varies to the point where like, I don't even know what a hag is anymore. I've seen people call 24-year-olds hags. And I'm just like, what? Really? That's a hag? A 24-year-old? Really? And then there are people who consider hags to be above 30. You know, everyone has like a different definition. But I will say that I'm definitely old enough to feel like time is passing too quickly, and that's all I'll say about my age. 24 is so young. No idea how people... Exactly. 24, like, how can you call that a hag? You're literally a young adult. Let's be real, it's all downhill after you hit 20. That is true. That's what I tell everyone. After 20, after 21, your age literally doesn't count anymore. There are no more milestones for you. There's nothing left. Like, how do you even remember your age plus 21? Like, none of the numbers are even significant anymore. I feel like a hack these days because I'm working with a new coworker that's younger than me, and she constantly makes references to things I've never heard of. That is so relatable because, like, quite recently, in the past couple of years, I made a new friend group that consists of people that are, about like a few years younger than me, and I feel like, they're always calling me old, and I'm not old. I'm just older than you guys, and I don't know. I feel so wrinkly being around them, and ugh, hate it. But hey, at least I get to keep up to date with the current lingos and trends, I guess. I don't know. Oh my gosh, speaking of the new generation, yeah, we still dabbing? No? Oh my god, that is my absolute worst nightmare. I feel like one of these days I'm gonna commit one of these how do you do fellow kids acts, and I'll be like the clown of the century, I fear for that every day when I'm hanging out with my friends. Ugh. Yeah, speaking of the new generation, you guys know that university, well, not university, but like college and high school kids nowadays, apparently they're so reliant on AI and like ChatGPT that they don't know how to function without it. I saw I saw a tweet this one time about how a professor basically caught a student for essentially using AI in their work, right? Like in their assignment. And guess what the student does? They sent an apology email to the professor being like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for using AI. I promise I won't use it again." Basically like an apology statement, right? And the email ended off with, "Would you like to tweak this in a more formal tone? Blah blah blah." Like they forgot to erase that part that part of the line that ChatGPT ends off with and basically sold themselves out. It's so funny. Oh my god. Like I don't know how real that is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's real because I don't know, kids these days are hopeless without ChatGPT. The other day I saw a tweet where it was a graduation ceremony for a university, I think. And the university was they're kind of like live streaming their graduation. They're live streaming their graduation ceremony, right? And the camera pans to a guy, like one of the graduates. He's in like his graduation gown and all, like he's got his graduation certificate, and he's holding up his laptop and basically showing a slideshow of screenshots showing that his final assignment was all done by ChatGPT. That is so wild. Why would you do that? Why are kids self-reporting? Explain that to me. Why are these kids so proud of their inability to write their own reports, to do their own assignments. Like, what's up with that? And to flaunt it in front of the entire faculty on your graduation ceremony? That is so wild. Crazy. I wonder if they ever did anything to that kid, because I'm 100% sure that using AI in their assignment is probably not on their like, it's probably prohibited, right? As it is the case for most universities. These kids don't know the struggle of looking through a textbook to find clues to the answer. Exactly. Comprehension skills are at its lowest because, there's just no need to train them anymore in school when you can just use ChatGPT. So crazy. I mean, like, go off and use ChatGPT, but maybe don't show that to your teachers and your headmasters and your, like, yeah, I don't know. These kids be wildin'. These whippersnappers be wildin'. Yeah, it makes me go, like, it makes me want to go back in my days. We had to use something called a textbook. You think these kids even know what a textbook is? Somehow I kind of doubt that a lot of them even know what a textbook is, which is kind of terrifying if you think about it. The day I ever use AI, I want Daya herself to banish me to an eldritch realm of eternal punishment. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sure she'd be more than willing to do that. I don't think you have to use AI for her to be willing to banish you to a shadow realm. I read about something like that recently, that reading comprehension is getting progressively worse and worse these past few years. Well, if you think about it, yeah, I mean, like, kids nowadays, they don't really have the opportunity to challenge themselves intellectually anymore. Okay, not that they don't have the opportunity, but they're kind of removing that opportunity for themselves. If you never practice it, how can you learn, you know? What does that mean for a future? Are we just gonna be filled with a workforce of incompetent people? What does that mean? Isn't that scary? Bro, the new hires at my old company can't use a PC to save their lives. How do you do that thing where the thing goes back to how it was? Really? I thought the new generation of all people would be more tech literate. That's kind of surprising to hear that it's the new generation that's struggling with that though. Whoa. But then again, when all you use is a mobile phone, like a smartphone, I kind of see where that comes from, yeah. At Grok, is she spitting facts? At Grok, is this true? At Gork, is this real? Oh boy. 15 minutes remaining. Oh boy, I was not expecting to take that long. Ugh. You know what? I'll just end it off. I mean, we're almost done anyway. So, before the clock hits 3, I will end the stream so that we can run off to our favorite casino lady. And then I'll probably crash. I might stick around for a bit, but more likely than not, I'll probably crash. Yeah, it's 2:45 a.m. actually. But not to worry, I don't have work tomorrow, so that's why I'm allowing this. Sounds good. Also get some rest, 3 a.m. Goddamn. Oh, don't worry. I slept at 8 a.m. No, 6. I slept at 6 a.m. yesterday, so if I sleep at 3 a.m., that's a 3-hour improvement, guys. Yeah. Pretty late for Chidori too. Yeah, artists don't know healthy sleep schedules. We don't know what that is. What's that? Did you say something? Healthy sleep schedule? Is that edible? Can I eat it? I never sleep anyways. Yeah, I don't sleep. I only crash, guys. See, guys? It's almost done. At least for the base colors. Oh. Oh my god, it's coming together. Coming together. I act like this, but I'm going to bed at 12 to 1. Okay. 12 to 1 is probably that's probably like my best. If I'm feeling particularly strict on myself and I'm feeling particularly like I want to be kind to myself, then I sleep at 12. Like that's the earliest I'll ever sleep, honestly. Any earlier, if I sleep any earlier than 12, it's probably because I didn't sleep the previous night. One of my mangaka friends said there's 2 types of mangaka, the ones who draw themselves to death and the super fit, ultra healthy ones. No in between. I know I'm dying before 45. Oh my god, please don't say that. Like, I know we have bad sleep schedules and stuff, but if it impedes in your health to that level, please consider having more rest. I do tend to sleep really late, but I try to make up for it in naps because I find it hard to function with limited sleep as well. So do not worry, guys. I have a plan. Not a rigid plan, but I have my ways. Don't worry. The thing is, that's bad for me because with me going to the gym almost every day, I need as much rest as I can. Ah, oh, so healthy! Another gym goer! Yeah, for me, I go to the gym in the evening anyway, so it doesn't bother me. So even if I wake up at like, you know, like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m., I can still make it to the gym just fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really find the energy in me to work out earlier than the evening. Yeah. Something doesn't look right about the eye. Oh well, I'll probably tweak that offline. Gotta get all the colors in for today. Oh, today. No, Chidori, don't die. You're so amazing. Haha. No, but seriously, please, Chidori, take care of yourself. I think the pressure of wanting to constantly create, it's always gonna be there, but if you keep pushing yourself to an unsustainable amount, you're only gonna end up burning out. So yeah, like I personally burnt out quite a for quite a bit after I finished the Lazuli projects that I did for her birthday recently. So yeah, I don't think I should have done that to myself. But we learn. But yeah, if I understand the desire to be productive, but your health, as cliche as it sounds, your health is number one, guys. I went entire years without touching my tablet for non-work reasons. I don't mind killing myself for this at the moment. Oh, don't say that, please. It really isn't. It really is not worth it. Trust me, it's not. Even if you feel like you're trying to make up for, I guess, lost time, it's not gonna be more important than your health. Trust me. Because if you're not here anymore, you can't create art anymore. You know? Like, it's also important for your work to be healthy, because without your health, you wouldn't be here, and you wouldn't be able to, you just wouldn't be able to create anything anymore. May as well be productive. Well, maybe you should consider actually sleeping instead then. Instead of not sleeping. But yeah, I'm not your mom. But yeah, please consider taking care. Yeah, I do worry about the state of a lot of our community artists, honestly. I'm gonna tell Daya on you. You did not just pull the Daya card. Oh, you just pulled the Daya card. Well, that's funny because she's a card woman. I've camped at the bottom of the Grand Canyon a few times, and the very first time I literally got no sleep on the way. Ooh, the Grand Canyon. I've been close to there before. Like, I've been to Arizona, but not the canyons themselves. But it must have been beautiful. I hear the views there are pretty amazing. I got into bed, no sleep. Got up at like 4 a.m., grouped up with everyone, got our packs, hiked down, set up camp, and messed around for a few hours. Made food, hiked some more, went back, and everyone slept except for me. Do you have insomnia? Or do you just not want to sleep? Because sometimes I feel like I can sleep, I just don't feel like sleeping, you know? Because I want to do more with my time. Wow. I hope you're okay. You sound really sleep deprived. Okay, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm cutting this short, but it is almost 3 a.m. and I think a bunch of us want to catch Daya's stream, so I might end it off here. I think we made solid progress. An artist telling another artist to sleep more. Oh, you'd be surprised. It happens way more often than you think. Because, you know, we would know. We would know just how dire our sleep schedules are. Because we all experience it. But none of us practice what we preach, unfortunately. Well, most of us, anyway. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. It's been super nice yapping with all of you. I wasn't expecting to yap this much. I'm not normally a yapper, so I always surprise myself when I speak more than I was expecting, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. This is the progress that we did. I guess I haven't finished coloring it completely, but it's almost done, guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for accompanying me. It's always really nice, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time, you know, early in the morning or late at night. Yeah. Or even in the afternoon that you guys take the time to just sit here and chat with me. Thank you. Thank you for the stream. Thank you everyone for coming. Enjoy the rest of your morning, day, or night. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you again next time. Good night. Night. Bobo's out.